Great. Thanks, Wendy, very much. And thank you to CAI as well as everyone for joining me today. I'm going to talk about what makes a mindful leader and are you one? But first, we want to also look at what really mindful leadership is about. I'm excited to be here, and please, at any point, if there's questions, jump right in. Mindful leadership is proven, especially in today's time, to be one of the more powerful forms of leadership. So we're going to look at what does mindful really mean and how does it relate to leadership, what qualities are needed, and how do you as a leader and a person become a mindful leader. So let's get started. Bear with me if I go through the slide deck correctly, okay? Thank you very much. So mindful leadership. We know the definition of mindful is about being when one is focused on the awareness of the present moment. It's what you are conscious to or alert to, being really present there. Definition of leadership, as you know, there are many words that define leadership, but leadership truly is about influence. So when you look at marrying the two of being mindful and leadership, you come to a very powerful word of how you can inspire others to make a difference, even in difficult times. And that's the key in difficult times. Words that describe a mindful leader, you might hear and focused. You might hear clarity, courageously creative, I'm sorry about that, and compassion. Those are the words that I relate most clearly to when you think of mindful leadership. So Bill George, if anybody knows Bill George, he's written a few books. He's also a fellow at Harvard University, and he's a former CEO of Medtronic. He describes mindful leader as someone who aligns his people around a shared vision, and that's really key, shared vision. He also believes in compassion and empathy from leadership. He's one to believe in collaboration for superior outcomes. We know that mindful leadership leaders are 24/7 role models. If you look at the picture here, you know every single one of them was a mindful leader. But Kim Bassett, who is CEO of Norwood Hospital, says that a mindful leader tunes out the constant flow of distractions on any given day. But they pay close attention to the environment, not only within their own organization, but the broader business environment. A key to leadership is knowing how to listen carefully, not always speaking. It's about building relationships, influencing others. So when we look at a mindful leader, and you look within your own organizations and think about who's leading the companies that you're working for, they collaborate, they know how to cope with high levels of uncertainty, and the key is without overwhelm. But they're passionate, and they can still at the same time inspire you to do a better job. One of the great qualities of mindful leadership is compassion and empathy. We know that empathy is not a soft word, and many leaders who might come from that command control atmosphere think of it as a soft word, but it allows one to tune into others' feelings. So place yourself in your work environment. When your leaders and your team coworkers tune into others' feelings, whether it's about work or whether it's about personal, you make that connection. It improves your communication between each other. But empathy has 3 levels. The first one being cognitive. That really means, do you understand each other's perspective? Even though they may not agree with you or you have a different point of view, do you understand at least where they're coming from? Emotional empathy. Can you create that connection, the rapport, that work environment? An empathetic concern. Are you able to be a team player, or are you purely independent? The team connection in an office environment is paramount. So now I'm going to go back. Think about the leaders, and you don't have to write this down, but think about the leaders in your own organization. Who do you relate to that has empathy, that might be considered a mindful leader? Curious, did anybody come up with any, or are there none? No, there are many great leaders within each of our organizations. We know that compassion is connected to empathy. It makes each one of us stronger, and it's an understanding of the challenges that each of us might have. So compassion and how it's connected to empathy is basically, it's in action. Compassion is empathy in action. It's a desire, and that's the key word, to be of service to someone else. So it really does require a lot of strength and courage when you may not want to do something. So when you look at compassion, also another word that some people may feel is soft, you have to look at it at a different level, because compassion can be an innovative approach that meets your business objectives, but also addresses a community need. And that's key for many companies today. But it also might be the courage to develop something as simple as a new work environment to support the needs of the employees, but still getting work done. And you've seen that in many organizations as they sort of develop new work environments. So the flow of communication is more open versus closed-door floor plans. But it also might be that innovative idea that sparks business success, and that might arise from an understanding of cultural and racial differences within an organization. We know that compassion is important for others, but you can't forget about compassion for yourself. Because when you're self-compassionate, you're more available to others. And if you think about it, try this exercise right now, wherever you're sitting. Allow yourself just a moment to be open. What do you notice? Forget about the distractions, but just ask yourself, are you tired? Are you really happy today? Are you energized? Or do you have too much going on? When you take that moment to be self-compassion, it allows you to say no. And if you think about it, it only takes a moment to kind of, when you're at your desk, to sit there and say, wait, let me think about me. Where am I in this picture? So when you can take care of your own needs, even as a small step, it allows you to be more available for others. Second quality of a good mindful leader is creative courage. And I put them together because it takes courage to become creative. We know that there's stress and distractions can get in the way of our thinking, our creative thinking, or just the wisdom that we have within each of us. This is where being mindful helps you. You can train your brain to have more space in the state of overwhelm. So when you have more space in your brain, when you've taken that moment for yourself, you're able to access more creative elements within you. So how do you do this? Here again, just step away right now and let's try this. Ask yourself an open-ended question. And when I say an open-ended question, I mean use what, when, how. The questions that don't really require a yes and no, but allow you to think a little bit. That open-ended question allows for more innovative solutions.
Hi there, I hope you enjoyed that last clip. My name is Michael Maludis, and if you'd like to watch the full 60 minutes of that last webcast, while also gaining complete unlimited access to our entire library of IT learning, simply visit our subscribe page at greatpro.org/subscribe. Unlimited annual access is $199 per year, but if you use the coupon code LEARN2EARN, you can drop that membership fee to just $149. That's less than $13 per month for unlimited access to over 1,000 hours of on-demand career development, covering the entire spectrum of IT management best practices, including business analysis and requirements, software development, quality and testing, risk management, process improvement, project management, and even digital transformation. But your membership doesn't just give you unlimited access to our vast learning library. You also get free access to our mobile app, as well as direct access to our network of over 300 of the world's leading IT consultants, all of whom are dedicated to putting practical knowledge at your fingertips so that you can learn more and earn more. I hope you will join me in becoming a member of the Great IT Professional and advancing your career with us. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button above so that you get notified whenever we publish new free webcasts each week of the year. Thank you for your time and best wishes for your continued success.